our guest, Gautier Capuçon.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
You know, you look like Roger Federer after a match, absolutely perfect. And we wonder how it's possible because you just give so much of yourself, so much effort. And you're absolutely
I'm not going to
elegant.
tell you all my secrets right now.
Oh, we want to know. But how did you feel after playing this Dvorak and the encore?
This Dvorak is we always say it's the greatest concertos of all our repertoire, but I think it is, and more than a concerto, it's a symphony. It's a real symphony. So to play again with Manfred Honeck, who's such a fantastic conductor and musician, and to play with the festival orchestra and all those young people, I love it because it's probably one of my greatest souvenirs of my youth when I was part of EUYO Orchestra and Gustav Mahler Jugendorchester, and such a great experience. And of course, you can feel all this great energy. They're so happy to be there. They want to share. They want to learn. And I think it's fantastic. And the Dvorak, of course, with this incredible story, with his secret love for his sister-in-law, Josefina. And you can feel in all the end that Dvorak is actually accompanying her soul. It's quite incredible to, when you know this story, you listen to the music a little bit differently.
Yes. Very tragic story.
It is. It is.
Do you play differently when you have a youth orchestra, young players around you, compared to another orchestra? Is this ensemble particularly unique? Does it give you a different kind of energy that you
well,
mentioned
that I can't say. That you're probably the one who can say when you listen. But for sure, this is also what is miraculous with the music, and every time it is different, depending with the people you're playing with on stage and you're with. So there is, of course, the music, there is inspiration, there is the confidence in the partners on stage, but there is also the energy and the body language, I think, which is so important. And when you see all those young people playing and really so passionate about the music, of course, as a soloist, it gives you also so much energy, and yeah, I love it, as you can see.
So you're here in Verbier and you have come here many, many times. And of course you have always your cello, you have other things with you always, your running shoes. And now you have your daughter who is with us in the studio. We don't see her because she's there in the corner.
Yeah,
but
it's my first daughter, Faye, who's celebrating a birthday tomorrow.
And
she's actually almost born here, because one of the first years I was here in 2009, when she was about to be born, I was calling Martin Engstrom, the director of the festival, every day, telling Martin, I'm sorry, I can't come tomorrow for the concert because my daughter is about to come to life. And every day I was cancelling another concert, and finally she's born on the 28th, and I came for the last concert.
Good timing.
Good timing.
And I'm interested, I know you don't want to tell us all your secrets, but you look fantastic.
Thank you.
You do. I've known you for many, many, many years, and you seem to age beautifully. Popping your ego. But really, I know you have a very sort of strict routine, and you love sports, and you do run. So tell us a little bit about that, and how do you deal with that when you travel and in the mountains?
Yeah. Well, I love jogging, but more than the love for jogging, I need it, and it's for me a way. First of all, it's probably one of the only moments in the day that I have just for myself, because otherwise it's full of, rehearsals, cello practice, meetings, concerts. And this moment, I know I'm alone. I can switch off everything, the phones, just listening to music or listening to nothing, or of course running in the nature is the best. Here in the mountain is quite difficult, but yeah, I was every morning at 7 jogging before breakfast, and it gives me such great energy. And I need it.
Wow.
Does it make you a different musician for that athleticism and the love of sport?
Well, you were talking about Roger Federer, but I think the thing we don't talk enough about the music, of course we talk about music, we talk about artists, we talk about inspiration, we don't talk enough about health. And like a sport people, we do need to be in good shape to be able to have all the right energy, the good inspiration to leave the space for the music, which is sleeping well, feeling well in the body, so sports helps, and eating healthy food. And I think all those aspects are important. Of course, the body, all the muscles. Can you imagine a muscle like a tennis player, a muscle which is doing the same movement repeatedly for 40, 50, 60 years? And getting older, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Even more.
Also for your nerves, I suppose, no?
Yeah.
Like it makes you much more zen.
Yeah,
No?
it's a way to, for me, almost to wash everything which is not good, to get rid of the bad thing, and to leave all the space, as much space as possible, for the music.
So how do you find the balance then? Because if you landed in a new place and you're performing and you're tempted to go for a run, maybe you're thinking, I should practice. There's always that should from a musician's perspective. What would be your priority? Do you listen to the run? Do you listen to the practice? Or both?
Okay, the ultimate goal is the concert. So the priority is the concert. But then running is also a priority. But the number one, of course, is to be as ready as you can, because being ready doesn't mean anything. We're never ready in a way that a life is not enough to learn and to explore, but this also needs time. So be ready, in brackets, is the most important, but then I'd always try to find space to run. So if I have 2 or 3 days without running, it's not good.
You know, Gautier, I very much admire your desire and your success in trying to bring classical music, which is generally, you know, pretty closed, to a broader audience, to a broader public. And what you have done since the pandemic, specifically to go around France and playing for different audiences, and it's been very successful. So what drives you in this desire to really expand the public and sort of, yeah?
Well, it's a great adventure that came through the COVID, because of course we were all locked down, and in France all the concerts and the festival were cancelled, and after the first lockdown, the only space we were allowed to play and to meet again together, because we missed also this link with people, was outdoor places. And this is when I started to do this. So it's free concerts. This Un été en France, this tour, it's free concerts, and we go to small places and small villages, because of course when you're in a small town, or you know, in the nature very far from big cities, you have less access to culture in general, and of course classical music. So the goal is to go to them, to bring this music, and it's incredible to see so many people coming for the first time to a classical concert. And the goal, of course, of those concerts is that at the end they can feel that music is also for them, because sometimes there is still this, okay, we don't know classical music, it's impressive, can be impressive,
yes,
to go to a concert. So the goal is that after those concerts they push by themselves the doors of a concert hall. And I bring also with me lots of young people, and education and transmission is very dear to my heart. I was lucky when I was in my 20s to be helped, and I think now it's just the normal cycle of life also to help younger ones than me. And I did create my own foundation, Fondation Gautier Capuçon, to help young instrumentalists between 18 and 25, and and I think it's very important.
And in a way, it's the way you discovered classical music too, no? Through your parents.
Absolutely.
Yes.
My parents discovered classical music in the French festival, in the Festival des Arcs. So this is also one reason why I feel very close to this Verbier festival, because it's in the mountains, it's where I grew up, just on the other side of the border, but very close from here in Chambéry. And my parents discovered music through those classical concerts, which were free for the audience. And probably that's, I mean, we'll never know, but if the concerts would not have been free, maybe they would not have gone so often. And my sister Aude and my brother Renaud and myself, maybe we would have never played an instrument. So I think it's important.
Thank you so much, Gautier, for coming
Thank
and
you.
talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you for all your compliments.
Yes. You feel better.
I feel better now.